Hi everyone. In this class we are going to see fundamental theorem of homomorphism of rings. Before that we have to see in one 5-mark theorem. Statement is Zn is an integral domain if and only if n is prime. So Zn is an integral domain means we can say n is a prime number. So the given statement is in the form of if and only if. So we have necessary part as well as sufficient part. So the first part is necessary part. So you have to consider Zn is an integral domain. We have to show that n is a prime. We have to take in opposite form. Suppose n is not a prime, then n is equal to pq, where 1 is less than p less than n, comma 1 is less than q less than n. So clearly p into q is equal to 0. Because n is equal to pq means this pq is divides n, so the remainder will be 0. So where p and q are not are 0 divisor. So Zn is not an integral domain because the integral domain definition is it should not have an 0 divisor, that is no 0 divisor, that is a definition for integral domain. So here we can say Zn is not an integral domain since n is not a prime. So which is contradiction to our assumption, therefore n is prime number. Second thing is sufficient part. So sufficient part you have to take n is prime to prove Zn is an integral domain. So you have to take two elements from Zn, a comma b belongs to Zn. So a dot b is equal to 0. So AB can be written as in the form of q power n. So n divides AB. So n divides AB means n divides A or n divides B. So will implies A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0. Therefore Zn has no 0 divisor. So here we can say Zn is a commutative ring with identity, hence Zn is an integral domain. So here n divides A or n divides B means here n is a prime number. N is a prime number means will implies A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0. So Zn has no 0 divisor. So we can say Zn is an integral domain. The next thing is fundamental theorem on homomorphism of rings. Already we have seen fundamental theorem of homomorphism on groups. So for here the definition is statement is let R and R dash be rings and F is from R to R dash is a onto homomorphism. Let K be the kernel of F, then R by K is isomorphic to R dash. So here they are defining one map. F is from R to R dash is an onto homomorphism, and we have to show that R by K is isomorphic to R dash. Here K is the kernel. So now we have to define phi mapping. Phi is from R by K to R dash defined by phi of K plus A. So because here K plus A is the element of R by K. So phi of K plus A is equal to F of A. R dash is a mapping from the statement itself they are given F is from R to R dash. So we have to take F of A is equal to A dash. That is like this you have to take the mapping. So here R dash element will be in the form of F of A. So phi of K plus A is equal to phi of A, F of A for every A belonging to R. So now we have to prove that phi is well defined. Let K plus B is equal to K plus A. So k plus b is equal to k plus a means b belongs to k plus a. So b belongs to k plus a means we have to take small k from k. So b is equal to small k plus a. So take both sides from f mapping means f of b is equal to f of k plus a. So f is homomorphism, so we have to split this f of k plus f of a. So f of k is equal to 0 since k is the kernel. So kernel means 0 is an identity element. So f of k value will be 0 plus f of a. So f of b is equal to f of a. By our definition, this will be phi of k plus a is equal to phi of k plus a. Sorry, phi of k plus b is equal to phi of k plus a. Therefore, we can say phi is well defined. The next we have to prove that phi is 1 to 1. Let phi of k plus a is equal to phi of k plus b. So by definition, this is f of a is equal to f of b. So right hand side we have f of b, that will be in the left hand side means f of a minus f of b is equal to 0. So f of a minus b is equal to 0. So a minus b is belongs to k because the mapping f of something is equal to 0 means that element will be belongs to k, kernel. So a minus b belongs to k. So a belongs to k plus b. So b belongs to k plus a means we can write k plus a is equal to k plus b. Similarly, a belongs to k plus b means we can write k plus a is equal to k plus b. Therefore, phi is 1 to 1. The next we have to show that phi is onto. So the let a dash is belongs to r dash. Since f is 1 onto, there exists a belongs to r such that f of a is equal to a dash. This is by the mapping of f is from r to r dash we have to explain. So f of a is equal to a dash means f of a by the definition of phi of k plus a is equal to a dash. So the pre-image of r dash is having k r by k. So phi is onto. The next we have to prove that phi is homomorphism. So homomorphism means here we have two statements to prove. So phi of k plus a plus k plus b is equal to phi of k plus of a plus b. So phi of k plus a means we can write f of a. So here instead of a we having a plus b. So this is f of a plus b. So that is equal to f of a plus f of b. So phi of k plus a plus k plus b is equal to phi of k plus a plus phi of k plus b. The second subdivision phi of k plus a into k plus b is equal to phi of k plus of ab. Again, by using the definition of phi and f, we can say this is f of b. So f of b means we can say f is homomorphism. So f of a into f of b. So phi of k plus a into k plus b is equal to phi of k plus a into phi of k plus b. So we can say phi is homomorphism. So phi is homomorphism 1 to 1 and on to. So we can say phi is an isomorphism. So we can say easily r by k is isomorphic to r dash. The next lemma I have to take. A homomorphism phi is from r to r dash is an isomorphism if and only if I of phi is equal to 0. So here is also we have two parts. Suppose phi is an isomorphism, then phi is onto 1 to 1 because isomorphism means that should be homomorphism 1 to 1 and onto. But in the statement itself they are mentioned a homomorphism phi is from r to r dash is an isomorphism. So homomorphism is common for both the necessary part and sufficient part. So here we have to take then 1 to 1. We know that phi of 0 is equal to 0. Suppose a is belongs to I of phi, then phi of a is equal to 0. So here we have to show that I of phi is equal to 0. So we know that phi of 0 is equal to 0. We have to take one element from a is belongs to I of phi. Then phi of a is equal to 0 because I of phi is the kernel. In the kernel we are defined I. So phi of a is equal to 0. Substitute 1 into phi of a is equal to phi of 0 will implies a is equal to 0 since phi is 1 to 1. So a is equal to 0 means phi of I of phi is also 0. The kernel of phi is I of phi, that is equal to 0. Similarly, converse part assume that I of phi is equal to 0. We have to show that phi is homomorphism. Here already they are given phi is homomorphism. sorry, we have to show that phi is isomorphism. Here in the statement itself they have mentioned phi is homomorphism. So phi of A is equal to phi of B. Phi of A, in right hand side we have phi of B, that will be in the left hand side, means phi of A minus phi of B is equal to 0. So phi of A minus B is equal to 0. Phi of element, that element will be 0, means the kernel will be 0. So this will be represented by the kernel. So this will belongs to I of phi. So A minus B belongs to I of phi. By our definition, assumption I of phi is equal to 0. So A minus B is equal to 0 means A is equal to B. So phi is 1 to 1. So phi is isomorphism. So isomorphism means it will be homomorphism 1 to 1 and on to. Already the homomorphism and on to will be in the statements if they are given. So the only proof we have to show that is 1 to 1. That is also proved. So easily we can say phi is isomorphism. The next statement is, if phi is a homomorphism, R into R dash with the kernel I of phi is a subgroup of R under addition. So here we have to show that they are given phi is homomorphism of R into R dash with the kernel I of phi. It should be as a subgroup of R under addition. 0 is the identity element of R and phi of 0 is equal to 0. So 0 is belongs to I of phi. So I of phi is non-empty. Consider we have to take two elements x comma y belongs to I of phi. So I of phi means we can say phi of x is equal to 0 as well as phi of y is also 0. So we have to take phi of x plus y is equal to phi of x plus phi of y. So 0 plus 0, because phi is homomorphism, so we can split this. So 0 plus 0 means 0. So phi of this will be 0 means surely the x plus y is belongs to I of phi. So closure property is satisfied. The next will be I of phi is closed under addition. The next you have to take x belongs to I of phi. So x belongs to I of phi means compulsory phi of x is equal to 0. So phi of minus x is equal to minus of phi of x. This we know that. So minus of 0 is equal to 0. So phi of minus x is equal to 0 means minus x is belongs to I of phi. So additive inverse exists. So for the element is also additive inverses exist. So I of phi is a subgroup of R under addition. So here they are mentioned closure property and additive inverse. So it will be, say it should be a subgroup of R. The next theorem is, let R and R dash be two rings if phi is from R to R dash is a homomorphism with the kernel I of phi. Prove that if A belongs to I of phi and if R belongs to R, then both AR and RA in I of phi. So they are given R and R dash be two rings. They are defined on mapping, that is also a homomorphism with the kernel I of phi. We have to show that A belongs to I of phi, and if R belongs to R, then both AR and RA is in I of phi. So given A belongs to I of phi and R belongs to R. So we have to show that AR and RA is in I of phi. So phi of AR is equal to, phi is homomorphism, we can split like this, phi of AR into phi of A into phi of R. Phi of A is equal to 0 into phi of R. So 0 into something is 0. So phi of AR is equal to 0 means we can say AR is belongs to I of phi. Similarly, phi of RA is equal to phi of R into phi of A. So phi is a homomorphism. So phi of A is equal to 0. So phi of R into 0 is 0. So phi of RA is equal to 0 means RA is belongs to I of phi. So therefore AR is belongs to I of phi and RA is belongs to I of phi if we have the condition A belongs to I of phi and R belongs to R. So this is also easily proved. So go through the theorems, girls. Listen carefully.